Hello, I'm jashykins, and now that's working. Sorry, before there's two plugs on this computer, one for headphones and one for the actual mic, and I got it mixed up. Anyways, hello, I'm jashykins, and this is the first thoughts where I just give my initial reaction on something, mainly when I need to let shit out. Yeah, don't worry. There'll be a review later of The Cabin in the Woods. This fucking awesome. I just came back from seeing it. I was super fucking hyped to see it, and I'm even more hyped now. And before this continues, I'm probably going to be saying a shitload of spoilers. So, anyone who hasn't seen yet, go see it now, and yeah, because there's going to probably be some major fucking spoilers in here. I had to sort of dehydrate myself a little bit before I went to the movie theater because I peed like every 5 seconds, so I'm a little dehydrated. Anyway, from the previews, you can tell it's going to be about kids going to the woods. And it does that, but there's actually a point. You have each of your, stereotypes. You have the stoner, you have the athlete, you have the smart person, you have the dumb blonde, and you have the virgin. And this is a horror comedy, and it knows it is. It knows when to play it up. There are a couple of scenes that are downright funny that, they can get away with. And besides being a horror comedy, it also comments on the nature of horror films. And some of those lead to some funny cases, like let's start with the obvious one, that there are the 5 stereotypes. Yeah, and there's a one point where, Chris Hemsworth's character, I'm just going to call everyone by their stereotype. So trust me, they are characters, and don't make this seem that you care for them, let me put it that way, but I'm going to refer to them as their stereotypes because I'm horrible at names. Anyways, the athlete, now it's only the athlete, the stoner, the smart guy, and the virgin. And, first the athlete is like, okay, we're going to stay together, it's safety numbers. And okay, this is where I'm going to give away one big fucking spoiler, but you've already stopped this video if you didn't want to hear spoilers. So anyways, the people in charge are following those down below, aka the ancient gods, so sort of the Cthulhu mythos. That's pretty cool, and they want the people killed in certain ways. So they have to kill off the characters, and it's easier to kill them off. They're all spread apart. So the athlete's like, we should stay together, and then as he walks down the hall, the people in the control room just decide to give some spray that, turns the athlete to make one of the dumb horror cliches. He suddenly goes, after he's inhaled this, we should spread out, we'll cover more area that way. And what is fucking awesome is I saw a little bit of symbolism. I might be wrong, I haven't checked on IMDb, remember, I'm just spouting this out now. But in the review I'll look up on IMDb. Anyways, the stoner, I swear he represents the film critic and or filmmaker, because well, these are going to be sort of out of order. But he's the one that, when they go down into the cellar and they each pick up an object, he goes to a bunch of film reel and starts sort of looking at them. So that's where I sort of get the filmmaker idea, but the critic part is sort of nailed in when the stoner is the one to figure this shit out first. He's the one to be suspicious, like, hey guys, do you think everyone's not acting like themselves because, the people in charge made, the blonde bimbo was actually smart, but then they make her dumb. And she's dumb, and so the stoner tells, Virgin, you realize no one's acting like themselves, and he's the only one to be suspicious, while everyone's like, oh, you're just worrying because, don't trust a stoner. But it teaches that either one, stoners are smart people, or two, that the stuff that the people in charge were lacing the stoners' weed with were actually making him immune. But yeah, it's just for the main storyline of, that once the teenagers figure out what the fuck's going on, they they race out of there, and so you have a good story, just, the teenagers themselves, and you have a good story with the people in the control room. But the mesh with that is, about the horror genre. like this there's this one point when when the people in control lure the athlete and the bimbo out, and they're trying to make them have, sex, get their clothes off, and that doesn't seem to work, so everyone goes out, and the black guy there goes, why do you have to do this? This doesn't make sense. Why? That's what audience, that's what they want. Remember, we're not making it just for us. And if you're wondering, yes, eventually there is a small little sex scene. And yes, you do see her nipples. And that was as I told you, is sort of a commentary. They were saying, this is sort of dumb. Why? We don't need this. How does this further the story? Oh, it doesn't matter. The people want it. The audience is dumb. I want it. Anyways, but and there's like a shit ton of examples, and I can cover it all here. Trust me, probably not even fucking half, and I probably missed a lot. But for those really interested in the two big names I recognized, I'm gonna have to go on IMDb just to double check. But one was Sigourney Weaver. But if you're a Sigourney Weaver fan, you don't need to see this movie just because she appears near the end and she's not really in it, and then she dies. And also Chris Hemsworth. But remember, people, this was filmed in 2009, so this is a pre-Thor Thor. But it is just awesome. I mean, I won't give what finally happens at the end, but the end battle scene, I guess you could call it, when the stoner and the virgin finally get down to the place. Oh my god, there is such fucking bloodshed. I can't even explain. I swear the memory of just that sort of hallway with the elevators is just going to probably be in the back of my mind for a long time, but it was awesome. So if you're wondering if this is scary, there are definitely a bunch of parts. Especially, I'm fucking terrified of clowns. And I still planned on reading Stephen King's It, because I'm a Stephen King fan. And There's one where, you know, there's a killer clown just for like maybe a minute at most, but oh my god, that was scary. That was just But then a unicorn kills a black guy, so that was made up for it. Okay, there's so many good scenes. I might actually do a review series of this, you know, after it comes out on DVD. I'm not sure I might. Because this really needs looking into because it is awesome. Yeah, so, you know, there's, you know, it's scary, so it's horror, it's funny, so it's comedy, and it's a good mixture. They don't really clash. Although at one point I think I was the only one laughing. Guy gets killed by a mermaid. Long story. Well, it's an ongoing gag throughout them. Yeah, anyways. And also, if you're wanting to be, you know, scared, laugh, and actually get an insight into the horror movie genre, this is definitely a good choice. And some people have compared it to Scream. I haven't seen any of the Scream movies, okay? So I can't really compare, but yeah, it's fucking awesome. So you should go see it right now. What are you waiting for? I mean, obviously I told you to go away if you didn't want to be spoiled, so bye. Until next video, goodbye.